I know. How was it?
It was amazing. The perfect ending, yeah. The perfect extension of a perfect show.
Office back there into the baby's room.
Would anyone like more locks?
Just tell us about your history with Sex and the City.
I got into Sex and the City rather late. Late. The show was still going on, but it was, I think, in the 6th season. My most vivid memory is a New Year's Eve where it was a Sex and the City marathon, where from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to midnight, or even past midnight, it was like Sex and the City all day. And so in one day, virtually, I got caught up to season 6, last episode, or whatever it was. I don't know of many men who are fans unless they're gay, but women, I feel, love the show because it shows what women are really like when they talk. When I'm talking with my girlfriends, we're not talking about, I bought these, or I got this, or my husband was so sweet. All this kind of bullshit that you see. It's real talking about sex, talking about, this porno was so hot, or this, this man does this just the right way, or, this guy is such an asshole, you can't believe what he said to me. And I don't really know of any show, and I think it's because they're on HBO where they can just say anything. Uncensored conversation, and that's what people really have. Being able to see that, you resonate with it, and you understand it, and you be like, yeah, that's good BS. You're with the character saying oh yeah, he was an asshole.
I like that it's real. I feel like they actually, conversations that I actually have had with my girlfriends.
Okay. What makes you like the show?
I think a combination of all the characters, we can all relate to them. It's about, women bond and how important friends are, and women shouldn't forget that.
I like it because it shows a lot about friendships and girls and family. How friends can become family in a city, in a big city.
I think it's real life situations that could happen, and shows the power of girl friendships.
It's a her. We just found out.
It's a girl? Honey, it's a girl.
I always wanted a girl.
We weren't gonna.
Just definitely gave me an insight about, female relationships and how you need to keep your girlfriends so close. You go through men like water, like paper, and you just gotta keep your girlfriends as close to you because they're the solid foundation to your life. It takes a step beyond, it's not like your typical everyday what people talk about. What they talk about is deep and out there that a lot of people feel embarrassed or timid to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that they bring up all these open issues that friendships and relationships and lovers have.
I just appreciate that they explore these sort of taboo themes and women at work and at play, and I mean clearly it's tongue-in-cheek and it's all very cute, but I like that they tackle sometimes serious or touchy issues, but they find a clever way of doing it, and under the guise of comedy. There's something really interesting about that, and it's really universal quality to it.
It's about relationships and it's about friendships, and it's about 4 single lonely girls, and they try to find love and try to make friendships with men, and they all seem to fail except for the very last season. But the 5 seasons they go through terrible heartbreak and terrible loss of males, but throughout the whole season they always have each other.
About a month, but I've watched the entire series.
Oh, whoa, in a
Yeah.
month? Because you knew the movie was coming out, or?
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you like the show?
Everything about New York, I guess. And I, on the other hand, have been a show since the beginning, and he watched it on my DVD Yeah, but
Like glamour, fashion, life, love, everything, drama.
What about you?
No, same.
Same thing?
It's a great series.
What are your hopes for the movie?
Happy ending. Realistic though.
Carrie and Big, hopefully.
How do you feel that they all end up with men?
I'm cynical. I'm against it, but I'm the only one.
she knows all about it.
What do you guys want to know? He's a chick.
What are your hopes for the movie?
Carrie gets married.
Yeah, Carrie gets married.
See, I know something.
Big.
Do you want her to marry Big?
Yes. Well, but I want Aiden to be like the one that comes in the middle and is like, Carrie, I don't know. No, I want her to be Carrie. You don't think
he's an asshole?
I don't think he's really an asshole. I think he was just confused. But I think
What makes you like the show so much? The story?
we were watching it from the beginning.
What makes me like the show? It can relate to
Sex in the
everybody.
City is everyday life.
Yeah.
It's real. It's like what happens.
Wow, really.
How do you feel that they all end up with men?
It gives us
You know
hope.
what? Eventually, that's usually what like most women are like looking for. Like they're all like everyone dates around to find that special person, really. So that's what the whole
The
main
good guy.
goal
We
of.
all want the good guy. That's
Yeah.
It lets you be like,
who you are.
who you are. Like, it's okay for a woman.
You know, it's not going to be so bad. Like, who you're with.
Yeah, I'm married. I gotta live from Sex in the City.
Yeah,
Sex in the City.
Alright, cool.
If you want to portray a female who doesn't need a man to live a happy life, then you shouldn't have them ending with, all being with men and being happy. But I think that's what the show did to kind of wrap it up. And that's just a product of what we expect in our society, which I think is wrong. And it shows that while the show in its existence had a lot to say, and breaking these boundaries of women who can have these sexually free lives not being in a relationship, when it ended and when the viewers wanted to see every, loose end being tied or every opening being, nicely closed, I think that's what people expected. And so, of course, to get the ratings, to make everyone happy, that's what they did. If Carrie ended the show being single, I think that would have stricken a chord in a few audience members of like, this is a strong woman who doesn't need a man. But a lot of other people who still follow this belief of, you want to live happily ever after with this man, they would have, and I think they're the majority, and they would have been left unhappy. And so I think they did that for the show. Everyone wants to see a happy ending. Everyone wants to see the princess with the prince at the end.
Do you want Carrie to end up with Big?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Do you want her to marry Big?
Yes.
Carrie and Big, hopefully.
And so I think that's what they played to. And that, I feel, did a disservice to those who want to see strong, single women existing happily and independently, without a man. And the glamour and all these great-looking men and all this money and all these great apartments in Manhattan, And that's what people want to see. And there are many doors that the show opened about sexual freedom for women, about women being able to support themselves. These are all aspects of life which the show opened, so women can see that other women do talk like they do. Other women do have sex, outside of these marriage relationships. And that's great about the show, but the show is not perfect. It's not what women should look at as the ideal of life for them, because it's unobtainable for 99% of the female population. So I think it does a disservice in some respect, but no show can be perfect. And it's a show, it's fiction, it's for entertainment, and it was really entertaining, and I loved it. But you have to take it for what it is, you know, this unattainable piece of art that I will never live, but I can see it for what it is and appreciate it for what it is.
I'm so excited.
I mean, when the movie comes, are you going to be sad that it's all over after that?
Well, I think they should have a sequel. And then a pre-sequel or whatever they're called.